Okay, testing, 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 testing. Can we hear or can we not hear? That is question number one. Good, good. Seems like it's Ben assembled today, is it? Does anyone know the command to disable wandering villagers? What is it in 1.21.11? Because I can't find it. It used to be like do wandering villagers spawn or something like that, didn't it? Or like trader spawn. Advanced time, advanced weather. Allow entry never using portals. Block drops, block explosion, drop decay. NC drop, full damage. Fire damage, fire spread, forgive dead players. Let's not do trader spawning. Universal anger. Spawn wandering traders. Pulse. Yeah, so this is 1.21.11. And I think they changed all of the command stuff. It always used to be a game rule. I think they've just changed the names of the game rules. So I'm pretty sure they can use namespaces now. So the official name for the command is that. So I'm guessing it's for, I don't know, say we wanted one for routers. Could probably set something, I don't know. Today, firstly, it's going to be routers. So this is what routers is going to be for the future. It won't affect 1.21.1. It's just going to be for 1.21.11 onwards. Basically, I want to get fluids and items working. Like fully implemented. It's nearly done. It's just like odd little quality of life things, and we want to get the connector to work. And by work, I mean like show error messages. It does work. Like these are connected. So that's the aim. And then, depending on time, we may try and finish Submerge 2. Well, somewhat finish it. There's a lot of updates for Submerged. But yeah, that's the main aims. Okay, here's another thing then. If you can hear me still now. How do I see when ads are going to play on Twitch? There must be a way of doing it. Thank you very much for the follow. And thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, so I was saying, how do I actually view when ads are going to start? Apparently it's in dashboard. Oh, you can add a doc with ads manager. I wonder if I could just... Oh, I don't know how to do that though. Create a dashboard. Ads manager. Pop out your ads manager to see the status of your ads. Ah, here we go. So I can snooze ads. And I guess we can just add it as a dashboard in here. I can totally do start an individual when they click stream as well. Yeah, I think we have that. Let's see. Okay, that looks like it worked. Throw it down the bottom here. And close. Okay, so I think I can see it now. Okay, let's do this then. So, where did I actually get to yesterday? I did quite a bit off stream yesterday. We tested other mods. So we tested the flopper mod. This should work, yeah. So the flopper works. So the logic behind it is now fine. Turns out there was a really useful method that I didn't know about. Where is it? Util. Oh, we don't use it for fluids. This one, the resource handler utilities, which has a bunch of useful methods for moving stuff. So stuff like moving turtle, which is quite nice, because I should be probably using that inside Optus utilities instead of using like my own custom one. So we'll probably change Optus utilities at some point to use this, but it's quite good. So first we want to do the connector, I think. Let's at least just get the texture working. The weirdest thing is it's there. Oh, it's called a connector. So actually, that's a pretty easy fix. I just thought about what about gases. Are you talking about mechanism gases? The routers 1.21.1 does support all that. On my phone, it's so delayed for Discord messages. It only just notified me about your message. Good thing I was on PC. Yeah, to be fair, so Twitch is weird anyway. I don't know if Twitch notifications, apparently they're coming up with like yesterday it was saying I was playing Hightail, even though the bot, like Ben's little helper, said it was the right stream and the right title. So I don't know why Twitch thought it was something else. But routers for whatever version 1.21.1, I can tell you what it supports. Main. So it does RF, it does items, it does fluids, it does chemicals, it does speed upgrades, which is like its own system. It does source, it does sol, it does pressure, it does heat from pneumatic craft. Or it has the capability to do that, but it's not enabled. Yeah, so that's everything it supports. This version, all of that's being ripped out completely because most of the mods aren't updated to 1.21.1.11. This is mainly to build a framework, so when the next major update, which will be 26.1 for Minecraft, comes, I'm pretty sure most mods are moving to that. So getting this set up now makes it a bit easier to add all this in the future. Plus the actual code base was a mess. So actually now the connector should just work. Yeah. So now we get to add a bunch of messages. And actually, what I think we want to do is actually move all of this outside of the item, and then we're going to set it up as an event, I think, because that way we can support like actual wrenches from other mods. What about the connections event? When you infuse fish, they say you need 6 more coal and it powers it to these all coal. Yes, it's chance based. As I say, I think I went a bit too hard on resource fish in terms of I didn't want them to be overpowered, but I think at the moment, which is bizarre considering it's an unlimited resource, I think it is underpowered in the subject of submerged. Yeah, the chance based thing. I don't know. It's there because I thought it was a good way of balancing it, but I'm pretty sure we might end up removing the chances, at least from the default recipes. Maybe making them slightly more expensive again. Why is this not coming up? There we go. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, this is IntelliJ. Yeah, so it's gone through a couple of stages already. It used to be 3 stacks with I think even worse chances, and then we changed the chances and reduced, buffed the chances and reduced the amount that you needed. But as I say, the aim was to not make it. I didn't want the Resource Fish to be the mod for everything. I wanted it to be an option for certain things. But as I say, I think at the minute it is very underpowered in comparison to everything else. Which is obviously not ideal. How do I remove this dock? I don't even know what Psycharm is. Okay, that looks better. I did actually have a lot of systems planned for Resource Fish, just a lot of them never ended up happening. Oh, are you saying like a fish that actually produced light? That would be... well, it's doable, but it would be tricky. Psycharm is a Python similar to VS Code, but by Microsoft. Oh, okay. I mean, I haven't done anything. This is just IntelliJ. Yes, I do indeed have a voice. Three stacks of debris from 16 stacks of toxic gravel. Yeah, so there is an issue there. We're working on routers first, and then, if time, submerged. This is going to be... What's the best event to do this on? So either on right click or on right click or block, I guess. But I guess we'll do on the block right click, I think. Obviously it's not called that. Blocker then. No interact. Okay, so it's going to have to be right click then. It's literally here, play, interact, right click, block. That's what we'll use. To be fair, I would like to make this bigger, but I don't actually know how to do it. Because I guess it's quite hard to read. Yeah, the fish idea is not bad. The tricky thing about that is, actually it's not tricky at all, because it's one, I was going to say because it's one item, but it doesn't matter because you could check specifically for an MBT. So we have where is it? Can I not copy it? Yeah, I need to check the heading. It's a weird one because I don't see how that's not working. Because I say I just don't know how it's not working. Unless you have to hit a specific part of the Ender Dragon, but I don't think it's set up like that at all. So we should be able to get the level. Yep. Global click position. Level dot dimension. There's no position here? Yes, there is. Box X fine. Main exporter. Do that. Pretty sure that's not going to work. But... I guess we could just put that. How can we do that? We'll just do this for a minute and see what happens. I guess we just want to remove all of that. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to sunfish. I had so originally there was ideas for like potion effects when you eat them, so it's not far off that. The issue we have here. We don't actually check the item stack. We just want to do that. So the light's fake but looks real and spawns at night. The parts, it's all built in a way that it is quite easy to do that. Like literally adding fish is just adding one file. Don't know if that worked. It did work. Did it work? Maybe it didn't work. Thank you very much for the follow. Thanks to the Bruce mod, it feels weird playing without it because how useful it is. That is the idea. The idea is to make it, well, just easy to use, really. Import positions. It's got the right positions. I don't understand why this isn't working. That is very odd. To make text bit, go to settings, control, comma. So does that look alright? Is that better now? I hate that the log's doing it, but that might be too big. How about that? It looks readable to me. Yeah, I don't know why the logs are like that. That's pretty annoying that the logs are so big. I have no idea. I should delete it because I don't think it's anything to do with me. Or at least I don't think it is. Why aren't these moving? Does this still work? Yes. Important positions. Yeah, they're definitely linked. You can see the important position there. Yeah, definitely was linked. Can you not input into copper chests, maybe? Can't import into copper chests. Well, that makes no sense. I don't know why the copper chest doesn't work. Well, the compatibility is built in. It's NeoForge, so yeah. I mean, this is working. Yeah, look, copper chests don't have handlers. You can see that because the pipes don't connect, that this block has no associated compatibilities with it. So that would be a NeoForge bug. Or an intended vanilla feature. We can try this one. Yeah, no compatibility. The way routers works, it hooks into the actual whole block compatibility, so whatever the block exposes, routers can see. Which is why you can see it working with the resource generator. It's irrelevant. I'm not going to add support for copper chests. As I say, if it hasn't got support via pipes, then it means that the block hasn't got compatibility, so it doesn't really matter. So we know that this is working out. So technically we can change this. Change that to wrenches. Then obviously the pipes wrench is a wrench. We could literally look at copper chest. Copper chest. Entity. Extends chest block. I don't know where the entity is. Oh, entity type chest. My assumption is that it's Neoforge. That it's copper chest hasn't been added to the Neoforge compatibility thing. If I had to guess. Chest block entity. Yeah, so there's no copper golem statue. Yeah, no, I don't say. I think that's probably what it is. Because it definitely works with vanilla stuff. Because obviously we just tried the hopper. So it works with wrenches now, so that's good. I think this should be fine, yeah. As I say, as long as it exposes its compatibilities, it's fine. Which is why I've got the Opolis Utilities mod in here. Because there's nothing special about those blocks. They literally just do what any other block entity does. So if it's working with them, it should work with any modded block or whatever. Maybe there's a tag to see the copper. No, it wouldn't be that. Right, hang on, let's have a look. I'm sure there was a wrapper or something. Stacks handler. Oh yeah, it does say ads in progress. So we'll wait a second for the ads. should be back. What was I saying? So yeah, so there is some sort of wrapper, I think, that vanilla inventories have on them now by NeoForge. Can't remember where I found it. Access. Yeah, as I say, it's a NeoForge problem. It's not a vanilla problem, and it doesn't matter about tags because the code would be based on the copper golem. Like, what's the tags for this? Guarded by piglins, incorrect for wooden tools, incorrect for gold tools, chests, need stone pick, copper chest pick. Yeah, there's nothing to do with tags. Same tags as chest. So now we're going to make this actually look good in terms of like when you use it, it like works. On entity swing, can I just do that? And that should work, maybe? Probably do that there. Actually, no, I won't do that. Build a copper golem. Try. Try what? What do you mean try the chest? I don't understand what you mean. But that didn't work. I think something about the interaction with the chest, but I don't understand what we're saying. Are you saying that copper golems won't work with chests? Weird that it's swing. It's not that at all. The rooters has absolutely nothing to do with vanilla. I can imagine it would. There's definitely not attack on the golem. Put a link on the chest or the chest. There's nothing on these chests. Right, here we go. Copper Golem AR. Transport item source block is copper chest. That's all it does. It checks for the copper chest. And then dumps it into a normal chest or a trap chest. Yeah, you don't need the breath, do you? Or do you? Oh, maybe we'll add that. Add it as a bug and I will look at it. Okay, that's why it won't work. Why what won't work? There's no way that this will work. This block doesn't show its compatibilities. That is the issue. As I say, that's a Neoforge problem. What we need to work out is why the hand won't react. You can tell me your theories, but we've proven the reason already. Event.get entity swing. There's no way that's a thing. So you do swing. Event.get hand true. Golem is the link. No, it's nothing to do with Golem. Absolutely nothing to do with Golem. This works. Hoppers work. That's because hoppers interact obviously with vanilla. It literally has nothing to do with the Golem entity at all. Uh, 1.21.11. Still did swing. But it's saying it is. maybe that will work. There we go. I don't know the code, I'm going off what I've seen. Yeah, that's fair enough, but I say functionally, the copper golem does nothing to do with the chest handlers. No. What I have done with the wrench is make all wrenches work with routers. There we go. Technically, it's just attack. So instead of there was a lot of hard-coded logic associated with the connector in 1.21.1, but now there's not. A lot of literally the exporter is actually the heart of it now. Next, we want to add like the tooltips that we had before. Routers item connector. Oh no, wait. So the connect. It wasn't the connector item actually that held the data. It was the block. So on the block before, it used to check for the router connector, and then we used to save the position onto the router. Now I don't think we need to save the position, because the only reason that position gets saved is if you want to do it like between world reloads. So say you had like an exporter like here, and you connect these 5 up, and then you quit your world, restart the game, come back in, and then you have one here. Before, you could just click on that and then it would automatically connect, because the connector would have that information. But now you'd have to re-click here and then click here, which I don't think is like a deal breaker really. I think I'd rather have that work for all wrenches instead of having it hard-coded for the router connector itself. No, this is not Snapshot. This is 1.21.11. Yeah, I think it's fine as well, to be fair. I said the likelihood is the only other thing would be actually save. You could probably still save the component to custom wrenches, but then I don't really want to mess around with other mods items really, in case it causes a bit of issue there. Because I'm guessing there'll be some mods that save stuff to their wrenches as well. Thing is, I don't know how it works across different ones. Like that should work. Import position -13, -60, -18. So yeah, that's different. So that does work. How did you pull up Minecraft files like that? What like this? When you build a mod, you can you have the whole source code available. Yeah, I think you could save it to the player, to be fair. But again, is there much point to that? Maybe, maybe not. What do you mean? What about 82? Yeah, basically, when you're working in a mod environment, especially in IntelliJ, you can have you have access to everything. If we click here, you can see like, everything that Minecraft has. Sounds, music, AI for copper golems. Yeah, you basically have whole access to the Minecraft code base. Pretty much. The routers don't work with AE2 at all, because AE2 doesn't expose block capabilities. At least I don't think it does. If it does, it will work. If it doesn't, it won't. What is it? Send system message? Oh, we don't have the player. Might work with interfaces to a limited degree. Doesn't expose via interface block. Because you can set interface to export an item. You can, but that would work exactly how the router works. It doesn't store the item. So this is our exporter from AE2, yeah? This is the exporter. This here, if I try to export from it, won't have any data on it at all. It will not have block capability. The interface block. Can you hopper out of an interface block? If you can hopper out of an interface block, then yes. If you can, yeah, cool. If it works like that, then yeah, routers should work. Yeah, the routers would work on that block, yeah. But I thought you meant the actual exporter of like AE2. I'm the king of misspelling. I won't worry about it. The player.send message, display client message. This will be message dot routers exporter selected true. Same but for the importer. Oh yeah, 100% the interface would work. I don't know why I'm doing /reload. Yeah, the root that should work fine then, as long as it exposes it properly, which with AE2 I can imagine it does. You should definitely go to bed. So that does work. It's true, it is too much pack then. Though we haven't done a lot of pack dip this week. A lot of it has been this. And then this will be message routers connected exporter to importer. That sounds about right. And we'll comment that out because we haven't done any. The importers are a mess. We haven't even touched the importers at all yet. What if you send it from wood to copper? No, it won't work. So shift click, exporter selected. Normal click, connected exporter to importer. And then we can translate these. Lang provider. Client messages. So we could do export target set to. Yeah. You don't really need to know the position. Don't think. Someone opened an issue on my mod, basically asking if it could add a command that would make the whole mod irrelevant because it would bypass the need for menu block. What? It was Buildcraft probably. Well, I don't know how long you've been playing Minecraft, but Buildcraft was the one with the pipes. I guess we could add the block location. Position. Don't think that's going to display very nice, but we'll see. Oh yeah, mechanism pipes more recently. All I say is who needs pipes? Then we need this one. Connected export to importer app. That should be the translations. 2011. Mechanism began development in late 2011. Apparently. Project was created 8 years ago. So it might be before CurseForge, which makes sense. It was probably Buildcraft. I'm not even sure if Mechanism originally had pipes. I think they used conveyor belts. Excuse me. Why did that not translate? Let's restart. You would make a mining device that went straight down. I don't know what you mean. I'm not actually sure what mods are into the Sky. I know Rooters is. It's probably Buildcraft, and I don't think original Buildcraft was on Curse. I don't think Curse has been around that long. Oh, that's not ended well. There are ads about to play, so we'll be back in a second. I mean, anyone that's still here, you can still hear me. I wonder what Pipes mod it is then into the Sky. Maybe Modern Dynamics? Looks like Modern Dynamics is in the pack. Gotta love it when Twitch emails you about one follower. And we've had about 7 today. It still says ads in progress for me. But yeah, the mod I think that's into the Sky is probably Modern Dynamics. Have you had an issue where your game would crash if you try and interact with the UI in spectator mode? Yes. Every single one of my mods does. The reason, well, at least my theory is the reason. When you open, well, my blocks anyway, I always pass through the block position. But I don't think the spectator mode you get the block position. I think that's my theory. Yeah, so it might be that. Yeah, it's still the same for this. Yeah, extra data is null. Do I know how to fix it? No. I'm not sure how Vanilla does it, because I'm pretty sure they need the block location as well. Where's my menu? I mean, I literally passed that. Simple menu provider. I think it's because I use this one. Create menu, this stock get block position. I don't know actually though. Because it would still have, because actually the block position is from the block itself. So I don't actually know why it does that. Been a problem for my mods for a while. I thought it was like such a niche issue. I don't think there was much point looking at it. Definitely gonna crash, yeah. Okay, so it definitely doesn't like block position. Click. Oh, it's because click position is a global position. Maybe if we had that, it'll work. Yeah, no point trying to fix it. I just found it interesting. It's definitely interesting. That'll be 2 seconds. Okay, we're back. If you had to make a new Obelisk, what type would it be? No idea. Yeah, routers have infinite range, depending if both sides are loaded. Oh, it's what mod? Cyclops Core. Apparently, you need this for floppers, and they had a dev world. It's literally just super flat with some commands. Still doesn't like that, eh? Right, so if we do We'll have to do like a translation for click position. I guess that worked, but I don't know how it would look. Yeah, that's what I thought. It might do something, but yeah. What is to short string? Wait, does that actually just give the position? We would ask you convention range in there. I'm pretty sure it says it somewhere. Port position. I don't think I've ever seen that short string before. Oh, that's exactly what we want. GG chat. Exporter target set to blah blah blah. Connected to importer. Connected to. Does that make sense? Connected exporter to importer. Yes. Now, actually, functionality wise, that actually I think removes it. Yes. So we also need to. We also need to actually return if it's already connected. The only thing that mentions range in some way is always the universal upgrade. What is the universal upgrade? Actually, do we need to actually... We need to get the block entity and then check. So we're going to need the export block entity. Thank you very much for the sub on YouTube. Oh, the dimensional one. Yeah, maybe we'll add it to the tooltips. We've got to redo all that anyway. But yeah, so long story short, the router's range is infinite. Apart from... the router's range is infinite based on both areas being loaded. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of short string. Yeah, same dimension. Though, as you could probably tell, which we haven't tried yet, and I'm not sure how we can try it. Oh, okay, fair enough. What was the question? Have I got anything planned? Yeah, I can. I might be able to add a tooltip to the exporter stuff. I just assumed people would think it was infinite, maybe. But it makes sense that it wouldn't be because it's quite OP. dear, that didn't work. Oh, I know why that didn't work, actually. Because the exporter isn't loaded. Name-wise, I've got a few packs in mind, yeah. Nothing to say at the minute, though. How on earth did we tackle this before? Block, right click. Level get block entity. Oh, okay, it's because of the block entity. No. I don't know how we handled it in normal routers. How did we do this before? I mean, I guess we can we just have to add a check for null here and then just cancel it. But again, this does this do it? Yeah, no, this does everything, doesn't it? So we just need to check that this is not null. There is a vanilla way of trunk loading, isn't there? Pretty sure you could just send a minecart back and forth. I think that works. Yeah, because I think when an entity passes through, it loads the chunks it enters. Actually, what we want to do is when I go back through, we want to do that, and then we want to see if we crash here. Which we don't. And we want to do a message here. Not loaded, that'll do. Yeah, that's part of... you can't in the version you're playing, no. This is part of the update for 1.21.11. How come it didn't come back? Oh, it's got power. Need to be that. Well, that didn't work either. Need one, what, on my card? Doesn't need to be that. Perfect. So now, get our trusty, go into here, normal click, it doesn't do it. Buffer source? Oh, I was going to say buffer source is like rendering it. I don't think this is loaded both sides. It's definitely not. Not local. So is this because it's not a player? Is there a chunk load mod? Yes. How many add-ons do I need for this? No CurseForge. Show me the files, please. Cannot connect to CurseForge. Bad gateway. Don't worry about them. It's fine. No issues. We'll see if this needs the probably does need the library mod. But we'll see. Close that. I wonder if I've built it in. Does it just load the chunk? I wonder if we built it in a chunk that's not loaded. I see, this is silly. Let's just check if we've messed up the chunk. What do you think? Have I built it not in the same chunk? This is definitely... Insurgents. Fine. Pretty sure that's a forge. Forge, fabric, quill, Neo Forge. Chuck loader, what did I know? No dependencies, fake player chuck loader. I should have tried it, to be fair. I did see that one as well. I get a weird crash thing on contain. It happens every now and then, but it's usually a one-time thing. It's just a fault. I'll let you know. You can send the crash report, aka bug for it, and it will get looked at. That's basically what I have. Not loaded. Not loaded. Not loaded. Never look at block quantity. Min export position is not null. Why is that not working? Oh, is it still not loaded? Okay, what do we think? Nope. Actually, the issue is probably here. Everyone do that. Oh, add to start. Definitely loaded though. It's still crashing. If you're talking about the scaffolding, then I don't know why it's bugged. We tried for about half an hour on stream to fix it, and it just wasn't working. Global position. You need to probably reinstall. There's no broken. What are the things that are broken? I'm 99% sure there's nothing that isn't textured in Techopolis. It doesn't matter, we've got chunk loaders anyway. Yeah, what are the blocks? I thought I was broken then. Player interact. Where's the player interact gone? Oh, hang on. It might be because we're doing it on the client side and the server side. And obviously the client side would probably foul. Let's try that. No, I'm not making chunk loads dependency. Yeah, you need to reinstall the pack. They've all got textures. Still not loading. It's connected. Not loading. Yeah, as I say, Tech Office has nothing missing as far as I know. It definitely doesn't have any of that stuff missing because we spent ages doing it. Oh yeah, we'll do all that later. This is just functionality wise. Oh, you're so right. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. So actually, how do we get the... Wait, can we just do... Can't do that, can we? How do we check for the dimension? Yeah, stuff like that we fix later. It's not... As long as... I know what the message means right now, so it doesn't really matter if it's translated or not. You can make a bug thing about it, but the first suggestion would be to reinstall the pack. If you reinstall it and it's still there, then it's an issue. If you reinstall it and it's not, then it's not an issue. I would say a good 95% of bugs that we see is where the install of the pack is messed up. Level.dimension get stored dimension get entity. That sounds horrible. Yeah, because this would be the level that we're currently in, right? The thing is, we have the dimension. Because global position stores the dimension. I think there was 2 bugs. I think the client-side bug's definitely one, because that should be working on the offside, which it is now. Is it like server level? Do we need to do that? Server level. If we do... The thing is, this could still null out if you don't do it first. But that should be alright. Actually, we don't want to do that. We want to do pick position and dimension. Change dimension to resource level key. Registry key. None of this seems like what we want. Unless you have to do... level. Get server, get dimension. And then that maybe, and then still can't do that. Actually, that might work. LPS, what is that? Well, that didn't work. Let's see, I knew that would cause an issue. This is the problem where you don't have any data saved on the item. Language server protocol. I'm doing well. Autocomplete stuff. It's kind of working. That's crashing as well. Why would that crash? Because of this. How should we just do this? Like that. It's click position, click position. Click position is where you click. But then we're changing the click position to the importer. Move it below the client side. Still think this is going to crash. There's a good chance that this might work then. The client doesn't have access, which would make sense. Not loaded. How can it not be loaded? My question is, does it work in the movie? Yes. How is it not loaded? I don't understand. Debug what level dimension and click dimension. Click post dimension. What is about this? Well, I mean, we've got a vanilla chunk loader and this chunk loaders mod. So you're saying that... So I think I can kind of understand what's going on. I think every time we click, we're resetting this position, right? But then when we check here, so is the main importer position being changed? I want to print in the position, and we want to print in that, yeah? Wait. The dimension needs to change. Because the dimension would be set in here. Like that. Because the dimension will be set to the overworld still. Yeah, but that should be right though. That is right. Oh. But it's not sent. Important positions, overworld and the nether. So it has got the correct position. Actually, they're not. Spawn chunks aren't loaded anymore. I don't know what the command is, but it's not. They're not loaded anymore. There you go. GG. Now infinite fish. So the real question is now: have I messed up the logic in the exporters as well? I'm going to suggest that I have. I'm pretty sure I would have done the same mistake. Hey. Yeah, they are. So spawn chunks aren't a thing anymore. Well, they're a thing in terms of their spawn chunks, but they don't chunk load. Yeah, that is true, and that is what messed me up when I was making the portable GUI thing, because it obviously GUI are client side, but most of the time they're pushed from the server. But we were constantly getting issues because we didn't have any of the data, because it wasn't being synced. It was literally only loaded to server side, which I have to say was really annoying. So yeah, so basically we need to change every single quarter level in the importers to server level. And then maybe that will fix the... Well, there's no maybe. That will fix the transforming. Yeah, I think... Oh yeah, I do vaguely remember that conversation, yeah. But it was annoying, because I had no idea that it didn't load the full chunk. But I tell you what, there are a lot of chunk loading mods that do only do that. Cast this to server level. I don't know why it's trying to tell me to do server-side client data gen. Okay, let's try that. Technically now this should work. Because instead of checking, so the issue is exactly the same issue we had with the French, is that we're checking the level side, not the global position, and we crashed. Why don't I handle items? Move resources. Oh, it's client side check again. I can't believe I've forgotten that so many times. Everyone take a little prayer, please don't crash. Look at this. Look at this. GG. If you have level is null, level is client side in the methods, I don't even need to. Well, this is what happens when you try to remake try to port a mod, decide that you're going to remake a mod, but don't actually delete everything and then try and work with what you've got. We want to send item back to them. Just a bunch of logs. There we go. So that does work. Sometimes shift delete is quicker and better solution. Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest with you, we have actually. What have we changed? So the blocks of these have been rewrote. This has all been rewrote because of the new way of registering, like all the stuff. Obviously, the wrench interactions have been rewrote. That's been rewrote. This has just had its overlays all disabled because we need to use the new event thing for it. The actual logic is completely different to what it was before. The screens have all been rewrote. I mean, I don't care about the dimensional stuff. I am considering as well actually leaving the dimensional stuff in by default and not as an upgrade. If you time in a bottle, speed up the tank fish caviar. What? If you time a bottle, if you time a bottle, speed up the tank. Do fish make more caviar? No. At least I don't think so. Pretty sure that we use the entity of the fish for the count, not the block entity. Okay, so that is done. Now the question is, we do that. Will that work? Yes. Yeah, you can't time the ball entities. And then this stopped correctly yet. Oh no, hang on. There's no way that's being moved. It is being moved? How are we doing that? We just stand and watch flight time, yeah. Wait, how is this working? How is it connected? I mean, it shouldn't work. There's no way that's working. Unless we're somehow chunk loading it from the importer's side. I installed the pack, reinstalled the glitch pack, and it's still glitched. Okay, create a thread in the bug tracker then, and then we'll take a look. Insert orbit. Blah blah blah. Try to move to import the server level slot. Is loaded. So we do check if it's loaded. Okay, so let's try. And then we'll go to the other side of this village. You may be having a good time, I'm not. I mean, that is unfortunate. I mean, it connected. But then the export's definitely not loaded now. And how did that connect? Ads again. So if we go all the way back over here, I can only presume this works. The good thing is that we didn't crash when we were trying to export. No. Oh, it's because I didn't put the upgrade in. No truck loader there. It is somehow loading it, because there's no way that's loaded. It should take off this mod pack. Still bugs me uninstalling it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I think you may need to reset the server sometime soon. I'll look into it before I guess reset the server, seeing if it's a mod thing. What are you talking about? The server's nothing to do with bug textures. As I say, if you've created a bug in the tracker, well, it will get looked at some point. But if we can't replicate it, we can't replicate it. And many people have been playing Tarkopoulos and they've never had this issue, so... What box are they? Because if you've updated to the new version, well, they shouldn't even be there. Well, what are their exact names? There's literally a Tarkopoulos channel as well. Okay, so this is weird. But somehow we're chunk loading. What mod are they from? Yeah, what mod are they from? It looks like it's just the exporter. So the exporter is maybe it's ensuring that the importer's loaded. Yeah, so Modular Machinery Reborn is not the ones you should be using. I'm pretty sure it says in the changelog. The reason they're untextured is so you do this. This one. Wooden scaffolded Techopolis. Yeah. Added Modular Machinery Reborn to Techopolis recipes. Will be removed in the last update. Did you like the second change? No, you literally you just craft them. It's so you don't lose what you've already got. Thank you for the follow. The idea originally was that Techopolis, this update was going to break old worlds, but we managed to do some replacing, some janky stuff to make it so it worked. So every Modular Machinery block you've had placed in world is replaced to the Techopolis version. But I wasn't prepared to start messing around with people's inventories by doing... I could have probably done it by replacing the items inventories, but I'm not touching inventories. There's no point. Hence why they have no texture. Because that way you'll be like, oh, what's happened here? And then you craft them. I was trying to make a machine for that. The quest is still there for me. What quest? There's nothing to worry about. Missing textures are nothing to worry about at all. But what quest are you talking about? Doesn't look like there's any quests that have got the old one on it. Dimensional ores. Multi-block vent, Techopolis. Machine case in Techopolis. Machine circuitry, Techopolis. Dimensional infuser, Techopolis. Dimensional ore extractor, Techopolis. Which one is it? Okay, well, as long as it's resolved. Yeah, I just checked all the quests, it's not there. All the quests, the thing is, it was all globally updated at the same time. So any instances that mentioned that block in quests, in anything, was replaced. You just craft them. Literally put them in your crafting grid and it will make the ones that you need. And just double check the changelog, because you've clearly not read that bit, because there's more than just that that's changed. But yeah, the changelogs are there. You need to make sure you read them, especially for that, because there was significant changes there. Yeah, I know people don't read them all anyway. That's why I tried to. This is literally why at the top, the first thing. Though great care has been made to try and make the transition between Technopolis 3 and 3.5, there may be issues. Please back up your build before updating. Just play on the server, there's loads of people want to play. I say the server will help you out, people will help you out. Why did I just get that as marked as red? Yeah, I always try to put the big stuff at the top. Yeah, it's the best place. I say, I even especially Technopolis. This is probably the only pack where we've had like several major like changes, but we've managed to, like, genuinely, if you'd have played in the alphas and the betas, I'm pretty sure you could have had a world from version 1.0 all the way up to what we are now, even though we significantly changed the mod pack. Due to, we did like world replacing with compat, and we replaced Capeopolis with colors. During the pack, we replaced modular machinery with custom machinery, and now we've replaced modern machinery, modular machinery, sorry, to Technopolis. So it's had like the biggest changes of like any pack we've done. But again, as I said, I was originally going to make it so it wasn't compatible with other worlds, but then I thought that's really, like, that doesn't feel good to do that. So instead we spent hours making a conversion tool for it. Whereas, to be fair, so it's only the blocks. Like, all the logic still comes from custom machinery. So it wasn't too hard to replace that. We literally kept modular machinery in the pack because of the blocks and the textures. And then because I didn't want to update all the structure files. But obviously we found a way to do all that. I loved how different world options for world types. Super flat was made sense. Oh, well, crack rate, no, just flat. It's a work standpoint, I guess. People don't want to put in the effort, I guess. Like it's tricky because again for Techopolis we actually had if you've played multiple level types, you'll probably notice that some recipes are different, and that's because we have inside the core mod I have we have like a recipe condition thing, so you can set recipes per world type, and I don't think there's any other mod that does that. So before in Tech 2 I think it was, you had to like enable recipes and stuff like that, whereas this is literally all done automatically, which makes it a lot easier to play different world types. I've got a question for Dimensional Ores. It's about the thing I need to build. It's exactly the same. You just take the ore out of the middle and put it into the GUI. And then there's an upgraded version that you can do 3 different ores. Yeah, I like Hexans. Not many people played Hexans though. It's always lent towards Sky, which is bizarre. I always thought Techopolis would look better in an overworld. Or super flat, to be fair. I've seen some cool super flat ones. You could literally now, with Techopolis, if you look in JEI for the Dimension War placer and press U on it, every single structure has a JEI category that shows you what it looks like. And the guidebook. And custom machinery shows it in JEI as well. There's like 3 different ways of seeing it. Just take your time and read through the stuff. Like the guidebook is literally there to help with all of this. You still have a guidebook. Guidebook's literally in your survival inventory. And you can still press U on the stuff. That all works. I think Hexans is just different. It's just a completely different feel. And to be fair, I think all the world types they all do genuinely feel different. Like Skygrid's different. So obviously Skyblock with the different stuff's different. Normal is different. Super flat is different, and Hexan's different. Also, I don't know of any pack that supported 5 different world types. So now we want to do the reverse. Paste that in. Sky Factory 4, I can't remember that one. Morning. Sky Factory 4, was that the one that had like prestige? And you got different levels? Different starting areas. Is that? Or am I thinking of something completely different? Sky Factory 4. Yeah, I can't remember. If it is that one, I played that a lot. Yeah, it is that then, yeah. So look, now we can add this translation. Yeah, no, honestly, there's no stress, no worries. It's just there's a reason why certain things are there. Translation. Lang. That's probably fine. I see some people playing all the ones. So now we should get... I didn't mean to close. The not loaded message should be right now. My question is, what if we right click on these without a position? Nothing. Well, that's good. Connections. And then we'll just add an else here. Yeah, that'll work. No. We'll probably change how that's written. What's your opinion on Hightail? It's all right. It's all right. I don't think it's ever going to escape the whole. I saw a few funny things, like people just saying it's a paid Minecraft mod pack. I don't think you can call it that. Like, the modding tools are really good. The game feels really good. Combat's really good. It's not going to kill Minecraft though. I can't remember. I put a screenshot somewhere. In this, it might be the server stuff. Where is the server thing now? Didn't mean to join that. How to connect to the server. Yeah. I can't remember where I put it. It was something like it had the. I went onto Twitch to view the view counts between Minecraft and Hightail on like day 1 or day 2, and it was extraordinarily in Hightail's favour. But I think that's because a lot of people checked out new game, whatever. And then like if you can even check now. Minecraft right now has 35,000 people watching. Hightail has 7.8. So the drop off has been quite high. I think a mix of not having like mods and stuff for it, but that's probably not true. Not having like, I don't know. It's missing something. when I do modding for it, I have already done 2 mods for it. I have the this one, which adds bone meal, basically from Minecraft. And then this one is the Death Stones one, which well, it's called Death Stones, but it's not. It teleports you back to your latest death. Yeah, it's gonna take time. Like it's gonna take time for people to adapt to it. Like as I say, the modding side of it is good. The biggest problem I have with it, and it's gonna sound really bad, it may be slightly too easy to mod. And what I mean by that is, let's look at Minecraft. One dot whatever this is. 1.21.11 has 2,392 mods, and Hightail. So this that is 1.21.11. It's not the major version of whatever. It's still quite high. Hightail's been out, I don't know how long, a couple of weeks maybe. There's already 2,773 mods. Because it's so easy to make mods, there's a lot of stuff out there. Death Return, yeah, it's because I kept dying, mainly. So just adds a command so you can just return back. But it's really hard to say, like, it's going to sound bad, but I think you're going to end up in a situation where there's going to be a lot of, well, overlap for one. I think there's going to be a lot of mods that overlap. There's about 30 different map mods already, even though it has an inbuilt map. But the biggest problem is I think you're going to get a lot of like slop. I just don't think it's a tricky one. It's hard to explain. But I think you're going to get a lot of just random mods that are just thrown out there. Do you know what I mean? I say it's hard to explain what I mean. Well, yeah, this is so a lot of major mod developers had access to the game for ages. This is why when it launched with so many mods. Like if you look at all the featured mods, I say all of them, but like the most downloaded one, I Spy is by a well-known pack dev, Lucky Mine, well-known mod dev, Hybrid, which is like a library mod by Serum, a high-end mod dev, Simply Trash, again high-end mod dev, because they all had access to this first. They just dominate this space already. But you can basically do what you want with it. That's the beauty of it, I guess. It's work in progress. Yeah, listen, I've got no problem with it. I don't mind the game. I think it's until there's it's hard. It's a hard one to explain. Like until there's a way of like I could make a mod pack per se, but it wouldn't be a mod pack. It would be a single mod. That's how it would all work. It would just be a single mod that runs on a server or whatever, and that would be the Hightail equivalent of a mod pack. But it's an interesting game. It is interesting, and as I say, the modding is nice. But yeah, half baked. That's probably the best way of putting it. And I think it's going to be really hard to get. There may be like hundreds of really good mods already out there, but because of the domination, I guess, of other mod developers already having access to the game and already doing a lot of the stuff that people would want, it's going to be really hard to find like diamonds in the rough, I guess. I think it was updated to 5, but it might not be 5 across all mod packs. You can change it in the config. Does it have guns? I have no idea. I haven't played that much of it. Today effects were stopping him. No export or import selected. Why did that not work? Not much at all. How are you? I wouldn't say killing it. We've literally spent most of it just chatting. I didn't expect to be 2.5 hours in and not even be nearly finished. I don't even know what we've done. What was the question? Oh, the range. It depends on the pack. Some packs have more, some packs have less. By default, it's 3, and then it was updated to 5. It could be anything. You could set it in the config. Yes, hollow, yeah. Oh, yeah, I have no idea about Tech 3. Actually, Tech 3. I can find out. Smart crafting, not this one. Stone cutter range is free, and storage range is free. But it's 3 blocks in each direction of the smart crafting table. No worries. It might be more on the public server though, if you're planning on that. But yeah, that's the basic range. If it is just you can change it to, I think I set the max to 64. Which is quite big. The reason it was always so low is because we didn't have support for FTB chunks. But we do have now, so... Yeah, that's fair enough. It's not going to be for everyone. Especially a pack like Techopolis. It's not as hand-holdy, I guess, as most of my other packs. You kind of just have to know the mods. No importer / exporter selected. Shift right click to set main connection. Okay. See, that isn't going to work. Importer block entity. So this is where it's going to get a bit complicated. God, this is so bad. Actually, no, we actually tied this one to top. Yeah, so it's not for everyone, and it's now marked, I believe, as expert. I think all of the packs are now, or all of the tech ones. Filters. expert. Yeah, there's 107 expert packs. So you've got stuff like Enigmatica expert, all the mods Gravitas, all the Techopolis are in there. There's quite a few in there actually now. But it was a new category that CurseForge added. I'm not sure how it's possible, but Techopolis 3 is actually the top of that list. Which, maybe it's done by last updated, possibly? I feel like it's missing something from the bottom front of the extractor. If you had the dimensional ore extractor set up before, it's literally just the middle block that was the ore taken out and put into the GUI. So do we have to grow and kill them for hearts? What, the dragons? No. The dragons are literally dead for the forge. I wanted to do something with the forge. So we need to refresh the import positions first. We need to pass in the exporter. Yeah, I saw the ads. I'll wait in case you've not... well, in case you've got ads, I should say. Are you back? If you are, there's a good chance it might need a heart, but I can't remember the recipes. Shouldn't be block positions. Should it? List of block position imports. Oh no. It should be global position, right? Actually, it does work though, so maybe not. Wait. List global position, yeah, that's correct. Okay. But it needs to be global position there. Global position there. And then we clear the list, that becomes that. And then we check the import positions, clicked position. Yeah, that should be fine. And then here we just put in the importer position, I think. So basically that will do, that's another feature that people wanted, which was the ability to connect multiple exporters to one importer. mean, allegedly anyway. So if we do shift right click here, definitely didn't do anything. Portal block entity cannot be cast to export block entity. Exporter entity cannot be cast. What does it talk about? You can't. You can only connect one way. You shift click on an exporter to connect to multiple importers. You cannot shift click on an importer to connect to multiple exporters. Main export position. Wait, no, that's not right either. You just have to import more than once. Yeah, that's annoying though. I say I don't think it's much needed, to be fair. No, you cannot do that in Submerged. I'm sure you can't, because the connector only saves the position of an export. It doesn't save it for importers. You cannot connect. You can connect. So if you shift click on export, you can go to multiple importers and connect all of them. But you cannot do one importer and then connect to multiple exports. Yeah, you can do that, but you cannot do that all at once, is what I'm saying. In terms of actually connecting them with the connector. Physically, you can do that already, yeah, but just not at once. Does that make sense? Who knows? That still didn't work. Yes. Yes, you can have multiple exports, one import, but you could not connect them with the wrench all at once. But I mean, you still can't connect them at all now because it doesn't work. Exporter position is not. Yeah, that makes sense. How am I going to get the export position? Oh, the export position is the click position, right? No, that can't be right. Actually, no, it is right. It's the same position there. Yeah, it's the same position. I think mouse will change in modes. I'd prefer that than sneak. And it does make a difference really though. I mean, this didn't work. Connected importer to export. Importer position. 11, 60, 13. Why is it connected to itself? Right, so you click on the importer. So the main importer position is set, which becomes click position. And to add the import position, go position. The exporter position is the clicked on position. Oh, we're setting it in the wrong place. I think we need to do that. Nope. So if we do this for that. What am I doing wrong here? Maybe it is worth doing it as a as one thing. But then again, I mean, storing something on the talk, which we don't want to do. Is this even triggering? Yes. And the importer goes to here. The importer need any of this? I don't think it does. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to store anything on the tool. That was the main issue with the old one. We don't want to store or ruin. We could store it on other tools, no issue, but we don't really want to be doing that. Do you think we just need to remove that? Remove that there. That's just irrelevant. Now we want to add a toggle. Maybe that will work. How do you get Twitch to run on your computer? How do you not run Windows? How do you get Twitch to run on your computer? I don't understand the question. Just go onto Chrome and watch Twitch. That's still the wrong position. I mean, this isn't working at all now. Can't run videos of my screen on Twitch. Oh, I choose OBS. OBS allowed you to like screen capture certain windows, I guess. So what am I streaming to? I'm streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Not that Kick's worth it because it's just all bots. Export a target. Okay, so that's working. Wait, is it working? I swear we had this the other day. Everything just randomly started working. Okay, so now you can connect imports to exports. I think that's actually a great feature. How am I writing this? Yeah, that's probably fine. I believe functionality-wise, this is all working now. The only weird thing is the dimensional stuff. What we should add is observable. And we'll see how bad the performance is. I think it's going to be pretty rough. I hope they have a 1. Oh, they don't have 1.21.11. I guess we can kind of track it like this. That's actually not bad. Actually, that's not bad at all. I don't know, I think performance-wise that doesn't look too bad. Hey, welcome, welcome. I think you just got here in time. I suppose the real question now is do we limit functionality of the importers and exporters? And by that I mean, do we not bother having filtering on the importer? Because I mean we can, but it would involve a lot of messing around. I'm not 100% sure if we need to. Yeah, the worst thing is I kind of agree. It's like thinking of it in terms of like submerged. If I'm using like the controller system again, the ability to have one export connected to multiple importers does seem pretty nice. Now the good thing is we have that basically already built into the importer. Except we don't save any of it. So we should probably just make sure we're saving that stuff first. Import position. We don't need to know any of that. Absolutely none of this is needed by the importer. The importer is literally just a vessel. Same here. Definitely has no upgrades. Where else is that used? Get upgrade handler. Or not. We don't need any of this. Even the tick method, it needs to tick obviously, but just well, the tick method actually will just be a. Guess we could move the oh no, because if the import is removed, then it should invalidate anyway. Oh yeah, did you try using routers on storage drawers yet? What, for this version? Is there even storage drawers out? 1.20. Oh yeah, there is. No, I haven't. I think they're still working on that stuff anyway. You probably, if you put it on Discord, I can report it later. That's what we need to do. First, let's do the menu. Import a menu. Let's do that. That. It has no slots. Or does it? Oh no, this is where it's going to get complicated again. Unless we just limit the slots for fluids and items and just do 9 and 9. And then that's the... I can't see you needing to limit more than that. So we need that. But then we only want... So we don't care about the button type. To get a method for that. Yeah, that is true. And maybe chemicals as well. Actually, didn't we work out that there's no multi-chemical storage? I think actually then this should be fine. I mean, I know we used this phrase a lot recently, but functionality wise this should be fine. It's not going to work because obviously we haven't done any of the filtering yet, but what is this? Oh yeah, that doesn't exist. I suppose it would help to actually re-enable the importer menu. We haven't looked at the screen. What is all this? Well, it won't render fluids. We'll need to fix that. But I mean, if it opens, we're onto an absolute win. Okay, nobody say anything. Why? Import. Oh, I see. Ignore that first one. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Oh god. Somewhat perfect. How is this not even lined up at all? My question is, where's the fluid slots? Oh, yes. I think this is fine. I, for one, see nothing wrong with this. So we're probably just going to use this. Because I'd rather make it big enough now so that if we need to actually use the slots in the future, we don't need to worry about remaking a texture. That should be fine. So the start position is 823. Eight 23. Plus, and the other one is 54, which is fine. And then we need the clip stuff. Just go there. And that should allow us to click in and out of the slots. And then we need my favorite thing in the world, fluid rendering. We need this one. Inside the render method. How did that copy like that? So we need that there. The first one goes above everything apart from the background. And then the tooltips come last. Like there. This will work. Flawless. I don't think you missed much. We got the thingy working properly, the connector. What are we doing wrong here? Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't need that. Okay. Items at the top. Fluid's somewhat near at the bottom. 50... 54, I think it is. Yeah. And that should save as well. Nice. Okay. So now we just actually need to add the filtering for this, which could be a bit tricky. Let's set up a test. So we'll have an exporter here. We'll have rows and we'll have logs. So logs in there, rows there. Get filter handler. We don't have that in the book. Get filter item handler. Get filter item handler. Would help if I did the right class there. Okay, let's restart. But technically that should work. That should now export. So the export set up to set export anything. And then the two importers are filtered for logs and rows. So the row should go into the left chest and then the log should go in the right. As soon as we have to upgrade. Interesting that it round robin that. Oh no, it didn't round robin. How on earth was it taking two different stats? Oh, okay, it does take two different. I actually like that functionality. I think that's better. Because actually it means that technically each import will make this faster. So if we did importer on top there, connect it, set it to Rails, yeah, look at that. That's going double fast. Is it going double fast? No, I guess not, because it's taking the same item. So maybe it's working differently for different item stacks, which is probably fine. Oops. Dare I say it, I think we're pretty close. So what we want to do in here, in the tick method, we are working on our routers. We can check every. Do we need to check? Yeah, we do. Let's do every 100 ticks. That actual in poor positions, remove if dimension. Blah, blah, blah. No, we don't care about dimension. Level.get block entity is null. Yeah, that's all we need. That should be fine. And I'm pretty sure this is almost functionally the same as what routers did before. In terms of items and fluids, anyway. Actually, fluids aren't set up, but fluids, I don't really care about fluids in a minute. Once the items are 100% working, we can migrate it all to fluids anyway. So if we get the data, import positions, we have 2. So we'll remove that, we'll wait a little bit. Check again, 1. And we can re-add it. Break it. Back to 1. Okay, so that's working fine. Based on what you can see, have I missed anything from OG routers? We've got speed upgrades working, we've got the different tiers of upgrade working, we've got round robin working. Set this upgrade. So we can let's do round robin. So currently it was just set because I wanted to make sure we set this. So if the upgrade had the changes, yeah, we can set changes anyway. So is round robin just needs that upgrade. They're not an unchanged method. Oh, I did forget the tag filters. We will add them back at some point, but they're not actually like a high priority thing at the minute. It should actually be really simple to add them, but I don't particularly want to do that now. I'd rather make sure that the base functionality works. Where am I going to put this? I guess we could just override on changed here. What does it actually do at the minute? So I still want to do that. And then want to do that. Is round robin. input dot get or boolean. That should be that. Yeah, so the mod filter and the tag filter is only because they require a little bit more coding. And we do have to end stream in a little bit, in probably about 10 minutes. But technically that should be round robin. Because I'm pretty sure I built in round robin support from the beginning this time. And it was just set like hard coded to false. But yeah, apart from them, I think everything is in. Oh, it's not tagged. Please hold. Hey, welcome, welcome. Do we even need round robin? 100%. Because I cannot be bothered to deal with as soon as this is out. Why doesn't it do round robin? Where is the tag for this? Why have we got all this rubbish here as well? Where is the tag? Item tags, all upgrades, items upgrades. Dimensional fluid, item RF, round robin, speed. Fine, we'll just rerun data gen. Thank you for the follow. Where wound wobbin? Efficiency. Exactly. That is exactly what it would be. The thing is, without round robin, it will only export to 1. Like, as you can see here. It finds the first one and then ignores the rest. Now we can do a slash reload. Now we can put that in there. And now it will completely ignore round robin and still continue doing what it was doing before. Sure, we built in support for round robin. Is round robin. It's right there. Is round robin 0B? That's false, right? Well, I have no idea. On contents change. Oh, I see. Now it works. Wait. Does it need to be lost? Oh, it so does. We just need to break then after this. Pretty sure we're going to need to restart again. Oh no, maybe not. There we go. Right, well, I think that is going to do it for today. Obviously, we didn't achieve our goal, which was to finish Rooters and then finish Submerged. We still haven't finished Rooters, and we haven't even touched Submerged. So on that front, not ideal. But at least we've, to be fair, I think Rooters is pretty decent now. As I say, the only thing next would be to just apply everything we've done to the items to the fluids, but that's just copy and paste job. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for all the follows. Who are we raiding? Anybody playing any of my packs? But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, Depending on how today goes, I may come back later. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, have a good day, everyone. See ya.